Hi everyone, welcome back to the Intro to USD Workflow series. In the last tutorial, we learned about referencing and editing animations. Today we'll focus on light linking, a new feature of the latest version of the USD plugin for Maya. I've included the download link in the description. This release also introduces several other new features, such as looking through light and support for USD camera in render sequence, which I'll also cover in this tutorial. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Here's the scene we created in the previous tutorials. First, I'll add a dome light to illuminate the entire cyber district. Before creating the light, I'll unlock the lighting layer, target it, unlock the animation layer. To create a USD light, right-click at the prim where you want the light to be contained. In this case, I'll put it under District. Then select Add New Prim, All Registered, Lighting, Dome Light. We can scale the light using the manipulator. If I render it, we see the district has been illuminated. In the attribute editor, we can adjust the parameters. For example, we can decrease the intensity to make the scene darker. For this demo, I'm going to set the intensity to 0.8. The recent release of Maya USD 31 supports light linking. For each USD light, you can specify which objects get illuminated in the light link collection rollout. For example, if I want to exclude the robot from being illuminated by the dome light, I can simply middle mouse and drag the robot from the outliner to the exclude panel. Render it, and the robot is no longer illuminated. To remove objects from the include or exclude panel, just select them and click this delete button. Next, I want to show how we can make different lights selectively illuminate specific objects. For this demo, I'll hide the buildings to have a cleaner background. And I'll add 2 more characters to the scene. I prepared these 2 characters. Both were animated using the AI animation tool Autodesk Flow Studio, formerly known as Wonder Studio, and both are in USD format. Follow the link in the description to learn more about Flow Studio. Now I'll target the animation layer and lock the lighting layer. To load the characters into the scene, I'm going to create an X-form prim and name it Animals. Then I'll create 2 child prims under it, also of the X-form type, and name them Pig and Alien. Next, I'll reference the USD files that I prepared for these 2 characters. To reference a USD file, right-click and select Reference Add. I covered USD referencing in more detail in the second tutorial of the series. Check it out if you want to learn more about referencing. Now I'm ready to create the lighting effect. Let's target the lighting layer and lock the animation layer. I'll hide the dome light and create a rectangle light by right-clicking and selecting Add New Prim, All Registered, Lighting, Rect Light. I'll scale it to make it larger. Another new feature in this release is the ability to look through the light. To utilize this feature, select Panels, Look Through Selected. Now I'm viewing from the center of the light and along its direction. When I adjust the view, the light's position and orientation will adjust accordingly. This feature also works with USD cameras. Let's test this angle. I'll increase the intensity to 10 for now, and return to the perspective view to exit the look-through selected state. I'll change the light color to blue and render it. We see that the 3 characters are illuminated by the blue light. I'll turn off the grid for better visualization. You can easily adjust the lighting angle by going back to the look-through selected option. I'll make the color a little more intense. and render again. Say I'm satisfied with this look. Now let's try illuminating only the robot and the ground. To do that, simply middle mouse and drag the ground and the robot into the Include panel. And turn off Include All. Render it again, and only the robot and the ground are illuminated. If a prim has more than one child, we can selectively illuminate some of its children by including the parent prim and excluding the children that we don't want to illuminate. For example, if I drag the prim animals into the Include panel and the pig into the Exclude panel, the light will illuminate the alien, but not the pig. Render it, and we see the pig is not affected by the light. Next, I'll add another rectangle light to illuminate only the pig. I'll follow the same procedure to scale it and adjust its position and orientation using the Look Through Selected feature. Then drag the pig into the Include panel and turn off Include All. I'm going to increase the intensity to 10 and color it red. To render it, I'll switch back to the perspective view. It looks too intense to me, so I'll decrease the intensity to 8 and make the color a little less saturated. For the blue light, I'll make it a little more intense. You can keep adjusting until satisfied with the result. In addition to the Include/Exclude panels, you can also define which objects you want to include for illumination using an expression. To demo that, I'm going to turn off the rectangle lights and turn on the dome light, as well as the buildings. For an expression to work, we need to turn off Include All. To enter an expression, click the Expression tab and type your expression inside the panel. Some of the common functions for expression are listed in the My Online Help. I've included the link in the description. Say I want to include all the buildings. To achieve that, type the common part of the paths to the buildings, plus an asterisk, which means any word starting with building. We also need to have the correct Arnold settings. Select the stage. In the Attribute Editor, under Arnold, make sure Legacy Translation is off. Render it, and all the buildings are illuminated, not the characters. I'll zoom in and render again, so you can see it more clearly. Last but not least, I want to show another new feature, support for USD camera in render sequence. Before rendering the sequence, I want to adjust the lighting a little bit. I'll decrease the intensity of the dome light and turn on the rectangle lights. Do a test render to ensure the look is good. Let's save the files. I'm going to target the layout layer and lock the lighting layer. Next, I'll add a USD camera and animate it. I showed how to animate a camera in the last tutorial, and I'll do a quick recap here. Create a camera and select Edit as Maya Data. Then switch to the camera's view and adjust its position. Next, set a few keyframes. When satisfied with the animation, merge the My Edits back to USD. Let's switch to the USD camera's view to see the animated USD camera. Now I'll adjust the Arnold render settings. Click Render Settings. I'll set the frame range to be from 0 to 135, and I'll increase the resolution to HD 720. Now we're ready to render the sequence. Click Render in the menu bar. Then click the option box next to Render Sequence. Set the current camera to the USD camera that we just created. Click Render Sequence to start rendering the frames. Once it's done, we'll have all the images in the designated folder. And this is what the render sequence looks like. That's it for today. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time.